If you're over 50, stop whatever you're doing for just 10 seconds. Because what I'm about to tell you might sound like something out of a movie, but it's real. There's a point hidden in your body that can quiet fear, ease anxiety, and bring back a kind of peace you may not have felt in years. And here's the wild part. You touch it every single day without even realizing it. Feel your pulse right now. Maybe. It's already being activated. Drop a comment that says, "I felt something," if your body just responded. But listen carefully. What I'm about to show you needs to be done today. Because if you wait, the effect might fade for months. This point has been used for over 2,000 years by masters of ancient Chinese medicine. They called it the key to 100 diseases. But there's one more thing. The final step to activate this key has been kept secret until now. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through it step by step, but only if you stay with me till the end. It doesn't open with force. It doesn't open with speed. It opens with awareness. And here's the extraordinary part. This door's in your hand, but no one else can open it for you. Only you can cross through. But before you do, you need to understand the story behind this point, because how you touch it depends on the forgotten wisdom of entire civilizations. And once you hear the exact way to activate it, everything will start to make sense. Now we're getting to the moment almost no one talks about. Are you ready for the first practical step? In the next part, I'll reveal exactly where this point is. But more than that, I'll show you why it works, what it activates, and how it can be the first real step toward lasting balance in your body and your soul. Now that you know there's a secret hidden inside your own body, it's time to find out where it lives. But before I show you the exact spot, you need to understand what it really means. In Chinese medicine, the Neiguan, also known as point PC-6, isn't just a pressure point. It's an energetic gateway connected to a channel called the pericardium, the sacred protector of the heart. Not the physical heart, but the heart as the center of emotion, intuition, and spirit. The ancients used to say, the heart is the emperor, and the pericardium is its loyal guardian. When that channel is blocked, you feel it immediately. Anxiety, sleepless nights, nausea, tightness in your chest, racing thoughts, that feeling of losing control. But when it's open, everything shifts. Your breath deepens, your mind slows down, your whole body settles into a state that modern science now calls physiological coherence, a natural rhythm where mind and body move as one. And all of that begins with a single gesture that takes just 60 seconds. Now do this with me. Stretch out your left arm, palm facing up. With the other hand, use 3 fingers to measure from the base of your palm, about 3 finger widths down from your wrist crease, between the 2 tendons in the center. That's the spot. Touch it with your thumb. Firm, but never painful. Close your eyes for a moment. Just press and listen. You might feel something subtle, a gentle tingling, a bit of warmth, a faint vibration, or maybe you don't feel anything yet. That's okay. The point has already been activated. Now breathe. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. As you press, visualize calm water flowing through the center of your chest. Let your body receive this touch, like an ancient password unlocking something timeless within you. This is the first step. And if you made it this far, you've already done what millions of people never do. You've listened to your body with respect and intention. But here's what almost no one knows about this point. Most videos only talk about the quick relief, how it helps with nausea, anxiety, dizziness. But they miss the deeper truth. The real power of PC-6 only awakens when you combine pressure with a specific visualization. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next, because what the ancients never wrote down, what they only whispered from teacher to student, is that this point isn't just physical. It's spiritual. It's a bridge between your rational mind and something far deeper, something modern science can't fully explain, but that you can clearly feel once you learn how to activate it completely. And here's your warning. Human history has always been a search. Pilgrimages, sacred texts, temples, teachings, centuries of questions, and barely a handful of answers. But what if I told you one of the greatest secrets to inner balance has never been outside of you? It's been within you all along. And more than that, it's been waiting for you to awaken it. For over 2 millennia, Taoist masters, Buddhist monks, and Eastern healers taught something almost unbelievable, that the human body carries hidden keys, not metaphors, but real energetic keys, points capable of unlocking invisible channels, releasing dormant memories, and restoring harmony between body, mind, and spirit. And one of these points, perhaps the most powerful of them all, is right here on your wrist. They called it Ne Guan, the inner gate, a subtle doorway to the deepest oceans of your being. You don't have to believe in it, but you do have to feel it. How many times have you felt your chest tighten for no reason? How many nights have you laid awake, your mind racing like a river after a storm? How many times have you tried to meditate, to breathe deeply, and still felt something inside of you crying out? What if all of that could be calmed with a single touch? Not just any touch, a conscious, intentional, sacred one. Now listen closely. Millions of people live their entire lives without ever discovering this point. They die never knowing. They've carried within themselves a natural tool for healing, and you're just seconds away from learning something that could completely change how you relate to stress, anxiety, sleeplessness, and even your deepest emotions. This isn't a modern technique. It didn't come from TikTok. It wasn't invented in a fancy wellness clinic. It's ancient. It's been whispered through dynasties, passed from teacher to student in silence, and for centuries it remained hidden. Because it wasn't meant for everyone, but today, for the first time, you'll have access to the full path. No shortcuts, no pieces missing, and a final revelation unlike anything you've ever seen in a video. You've been conditioned to believe that you need something outside yourself to feel whole. But the truth is, what you need has always been within you. It's pulsing right now like a soft drum beneath your skin. All that's missing is knowing where to touch and how. Imagine a door, invisible, small, almost imperceptible. The next step is subtle. but it changes everything. It's what separates those who simply touch from those who truly awaken. Are you ready to unlock the second layer of this secret? In the next section, I'll guide you through a simple exercise that activates the spiritual function of this point. And no, you won't find this in any Western textbook. It's a teaching that's been preserved through ancient lineages that once swore never to reveal it openly until now. The ancients said the heart was the emperor and the pericardium, its silent advisor. That wasn't just a metaphor. It was a profound teaching about the inner workings of your being. When the emperor was overwhelmed by emotion, the advisor would speak for him, filtering, protecting, bringing order to chaos. And that's exactly what happens inside you every day. But when this channel is blocked by stress, by noise, by hurry, by trauma, the emperor goes mad. You feel it as that nameless ache, that fear that seems to come from nowhere, that sudden burst of irritability you can't explain. It's the sign that your advisor has gone silent, and your inner empire has started to fall out of balance. The Neiguan point, or PC-6, is the gateway to restoring that communication. But there's more. The mountain masters used to say, there's a hidden secret within this point, a second function that only reveals itself to those who learn to listen with their entire body. So, close your eyes for a moment, touch the point again with awareness, and this time, instead of just pressing, ask your body, what's blocking me today? What do I need to release so the emperor can hear again? Then, silence. Wait. Listen without expecting a logical answer. The language of this point isn't made of words, it's made of sensations. Chills, warmth, subtle images, memories rising like the steam from a cup of old tea. Some people touch this point and begin to cry without knowing why. Others feel dizzy, peaceful, relieved. Some feel nothing, yet something inside them shifts. Because this point doesn't ask for faith, it asks for presence. And here's what almost no one dares to say. You don't activate this point with your finger. You activate it with attention, breath, and emotional truth. Pressing without presence is like knocking on the door of a temple without the humility to walk inside. Now imagine this. If this point can calm your heart and clear your mind, what happens when you activate it during meditation, when you speak an intention, or in the middle of an anxiety attack? You create a shortcut, a direct path back to your center. And that path grows stronger every time you touch this point with real intention. But the masters also whispered something else, something they never wrote down. They only spoke of it quietly. In the late hours of the night, PC-6 doesn't just calm, it reveals. It shows you what you've been avoiding, what's blocking your energy, and sometimes it shows you the next step. But what if I told you this point hides a second, deeper effect, one not meant just for relief, but to awaken an ancient capacity within you that's been asleep for lifetimes? In the next part, we'll dive into that mystery. And for the first time, you'll use PC-6, not as a healing tool, but as a key to unlock an elevated state of perception. Imagine your body as a network of invisible rivers, streams of energy emotion, and information. The ancient Chinese called them meridians. In India, they called them nadis, the rivers of life. In Egypt, they spoke of sacred lines that ran through the body. And today, even neuroscience is beginning to map subtle connections that echo those ancient pathways. But there's one point, a single one, that works like a gateway, a kind of energy dam that can either open or block the flow of your entire system. And that point is right in your hand. The PC-6 point is more than a natural calm switch. It's the bridge between what you feel and what you understand. When it's open, your thoughts align. Your emotions find order. But when it's blocked, everything feels off. Your mind races. Your chest feels heavy. Nothing seems to settle. Now, press that point again, gently. Take a deep breath and visualize an inner channel opening as if you were lifting a gate on a quiet lake. The water begins to flow. Can you feel that? Something that's been held back for years, finally beginning to move again, as if your body is remembering how to return to balance. But here's what few people know, and almost no one practices. When you activate this point in a state of total presence, something deeper happens. It's as if you open a door to a memory that isn't just yours, an ancestral memory, written into your body, etched into your blood. Have you ever felt like you knew something without ever learning it? Or that a place, a voice, or even a scent brought emotions you couldn't explain? Those are clues the ancients believed that PC-6 could access, a kind of invisible database, a place where the experiences of your ancestors are stored in inherited fears, forgotten gifts, old traumas, and ancient wisdom. They called it the Heart Archive. The technique is simple, but you have to do it now. Close your eyes, press the point, and repeat silently. I allow my body to show me what I need to remember. Stay there for 30 seconds. You might see random images. You might feel strange emotions, or maybe just a deep, grounding silence. That's a response, too. If you felt even the slightest inner movement, comment below, I felt something. Your interaction isn't just engagement. It's part of the ritual. A way of saying to your body, I'm listening. Now listen carefully. The old Chinese masters used to say that in a lifetime, an ordinary person fully activates PC-6 only once. And when it happens, they're never quite the same again. Their perception changes. Their body responds differently, and the pathways inside them begin to open. But there's a second point, connected to PC-6 that can only be activated after proper preparation. It's the one that completes the entire energetic circuit. In the next part, you'll discover that hidden point and learn how to use both together to trigger a state of true conscious awakening. The Nei Guan on its own is powerful, but it was never meant to work alone. In the most ancient traditions, there's a second point, a hidden mirror. While PC-6 opens the path of emotion, this other point unlocks higher perception. Together, they form what the masters once called the circuit of the awakened heart. Are you ready to activate them both? First, keep pressing PC-6 with your right thumb. 3 fingers below your left wrist, between the tendons. Now, with the index finger of your left hand, gently touch the center of your right palm. Yes, right in the center of your palm. This point is known as Lao Gong, the Palace of Work, but the ancient Taoists called it the Gate of Spirit. It's the place where energy flows from the hands of healers, artists, and masters. The place where creation takes form. While PC-6 connects you inward, Lao Gong connects you to the world. When you press both points at once, something rare happens. You create a field, a bridge between inside and outside, between feeling and action, between the heart and manifestation. Close your eyes now. Press both points gently. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Do it 3 times. You might feel a soft warmth in your palms, a subtle pulse, or maybe a deep, sacred stillness, the kind that only appears when your soul recognizes it's being called. Now, visualize this, a sphere of light in the center of your chest, slowly spinning. With every breath, it grows larger, expanding until that light connects with the tips of your fingers. You're awakening an ancient memory, a time when your body still knew how to heal itself, when your touch carried intention, when every gesture meant something sacred. This isn't just an exercise, it's an invocation. You're calling back a part of yourself that's been asleep. And the more you practice, the more sensitive you become. Some people report lucid dreams after doing this. Others say old pains begin to fade. Some simply cry. But they all say the same thing. I was never the same again. And here's the detail almost no one talks about. The old masters used to teach that if you repeat this practice for 7 consecutive days at the exact same time, a new point of energy begins to reveal itself. It's not in any map. It's not written in any book. It appears only when you're ready. And that point is what truly completes the circuit. But where exactly is this secret point? And why does it appear? Only after 7 conscious activations. In the next part, I'll reveal the final link in this cycle and guide you through a 7-minute ritual, passed down only through spoken lineage, that completes the awakening of the heart circuit. Every time you activate Neguan, you're not just pressing a point on your wrist, you're touching a memory, a silent wisdom that's lived in your body for generations. You don't need temples. You don't need gurus. The medicine you've been looking for starts with your own hands. Today, you found the path. You discovered the point. You felt the vibration. Maybe you even touched something you didn't know was inside you. But this is just the beginning, because the body keeps its deepest secrets. For those who return, those who repeat, those who honor the process. The point you discovered today, Neguan, is a key, but there are others, other circuits, other gateways, and the real journey begins the moment you choose to explore them. If this video moved you in any way, leave a comment below. I woke up. That phrase seals the cycle. It shows you didn't just watch, you experienced. Share this with someone who needs it, because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more conscious silence. And if you'd like to keep exploring the hidden points within your body and your energy, subscribe. The next secrets are already waiting to be revealed.